Hey, this is Buster from ATV Torture. What you're looking at is our 2006 Rhino 660 that we're going to be putting a set of Ricochet skid plates on. Just got our box in today, and you'll see they come nicely packaged. Got the A-arm skids. This is the front bash plate. We got the floorboard skids on the right and the full belly skid on the left. So we're going to proceed with trying to get this up on the side and get the factory skids off. Alright, we've got our Rhino jacked up about the best we can do it. Lifted one side out so we can get up underneath it and do a little bit of work. Try to show you what kind of horrible protection there is from the factory. The hole is there, cheap little plastic part on the front, cheap little plastic part on the back, and open floorboards where sticks and stuff go up in here, hit your foot. So we're gonna start getting the cheap A-arm guards off and get this cheap piece of crap off and go from there. For the front A-arm guards, to remove them, you can see down in there there's two 10mm bolts. We'll take those off on both sides. And then up front here and here there are two 8mm bolts. Another one here, and then three across the back. Alright, now you can see we've got the A-arm guards removed and the A-arms are fully exposed. Got the front bash plate off. And just to show you a comparison for what came off of it and what we're putting back on, this is the front bash plate that came on it. See, it's pretty flimsy. And this is the nice Ricochet Offroad front bash plate. Extremely thick, very rigid, very good protection compared to the stock one. Now moving to the back, we got the rear bash plate off, or rear underside protection. Leaves the differential fully exposed. Stock one, again, very flimsy and not very well protected compared to the one from Ricochet. A lot more coverage. You can see the difference in size there. So we'll proceed with putting those on. Now that we've got the factory skid plates removed, we've got everything laid out in the shop floor so we can see how everything is supposed to go on the Rhino. We're going to start out with the front bash plate. We'll put bolts here, 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 and here, and bolt them fairly loosely with the bolts that were provided with the cupped washers. Then we'll take the main center section, which is this one, and we'll loosely put the bolts on. Once everything is aligned up right, then we will snug all that up. From there, we're going to move to the back and put the rear bash plate in. This will require a little bit of drilling through the small holes at the rear with 11/32 drill bit. Then we'll use the provided bolts and nuts to bolt it up to the rear of the Rhino. After that, then we'll go ahead and move forward with all the A-arm skids. Something I want to add is that on the 660, since we are adding these floorboard skids, on the 660 there's really no good mounting point for it. On a 700, which is what these are designed for, there's some good mounting places up underneath the floorboard so you can mount in these holes and up under the front. So with the 660, that does take a little bit of work from a welder once you get them mounted up. So basically what you want to do is, once you have them mounted, they'll be good and tight like this, and you'll want up underneath the bottom side, you'll want to get somebody locally that's a welder that can weld aluminum to run a bead, aluminum bead down this to get them good and tight, so you don't have to worry about your mounting issues on a 660. Again, with a 700, that is no problem whatsoever. Now we're installing the front bash plate. You can see we've already loosely mounted one of the cupped washers and a 10mm, or a bolt that has a 10mm head on it in the front, and we're moving to the rear to do another one very loosely. Now we're loosely mounting the front bash plate. We've put 2 bolts with cupped washers on there. The heads are 10mm. Next we're going to loosely put in these, and the same one on the opposite side, loosely with the cupped washers and 10mm bolts until we can get the center section on, get everything lined up, and then we can secure it tightly. Now you can see we've got the entire Ricochet off-road skid set installed on our Yamaha Rhino 660. So we'll do a quick walk around so I can show you every little piece and some custom stuff we had to do specifically for the 660 to get the floorboard skids mounted up. So we've got the A-arm guards, again very well made, thick 1/4-inch aluminum. The rears from the factory didn't even have an A-arm guard, so this is going to help protect the CV boots and everything else. The rear bash plate, the stock one stopped about right here, so about 2/3 of the way up, so we've got a lot more protection in here now. We've got the main belly skid, still with easy access to your oil drain hole. Come forward, front bash plate, front A-arm guards, again doing real good protection for the rubber CV boots in your axles. Now what we had to do on the 660 to make it work, since there's really no good mounting, stock mounting brackets up underneath, we had to do a self-tapping screw here into a piece of frame rail, screw that in. We were able to access 2 of the holes that were already there. We just had to re-drill the holes in the skid plate a little bit. Went ahead and added another self-tapping screw here, and then there's a round tube that runs this way with no holes in it and no way to access the back side of it to get a nut on it. So we had to run 4 self-tapping screws in there. Did the same thing on the driver's side, but fortunately this is up underneath the driver's seat, so we were able to drill 4 holes or 5 holes in the skid plate, and from up underneath the driver's storage compartment, then we were able to get nuts on it and get that really good and secure. But that's it. Overall, it turned out great. It's going to give us a lot more protection than stock, which everybody's happy to have that. And another awesome product from Ricochet Off-Road. And again, my name is Buster from ATV Torture. Go to our website, check out some more good reviews. Thanks.